Hey y'all, it's Christy Cook here from Teadoddles. Spoiler alert! It is time for me to show you what is coming in the Mini Maker Bag Club of the month for January. These will be shipping out. I should be finished with these before the end of the week. So hopefully they will ship out this Saturday. It may be Monday, but they will ship out earlier than the 15th. And the 15th of January, we'll start sign-ups for February. Now, I will say that I am all full up. All the spots have been taken. And unless someone decides they don't want to continue for the year, there will be no more spots available for the year. So, just to let anybody know who didn't get to sign up, I cannot take any more spots. I don't want to overextend myself. I have 24 people already participating, and it's just me doing this again. So the theme, okay, again, I'm going to say spoiler alert. If you are in the club and don't want to see what's in the club, don't watch this video, okay? The theme for January was Live, Laugh, Love. It's one of my favorite sayings, and I like to remind myself of that throughout the year. To have a life lived. That's one of my tagline on my blog is life lived creatively. To laugh, as you cannot laugh at yourself throughout the year, or just laugh in general. It's not a good year. You should be laughing at something. Laughter is good for the soul. It does boost the endorphins and things like that. So laughing is needed. And love. Love, love, love. Always spread love, right? Always try to express love in the things that I create, in the things that I make, because I enjoy doing it so much. And love is an important thing in the world. So that's what my theme was for the month. Now, before I show you the bags, think about the laughing part. Have you ever heard of goat yoga? I've seen this around. As a matter of fact, I think there's a farm somewhere in my county that does this, where you go and have a yoga class, and there are goats wandering around and possibly climbing on top of you while you're doing yoga. I found that quite amusing, because there's got to be some poop involved in that. That's all I'm going to say. Because goats are constantly eating and therefore constantly pooping. So I just found that quite amusing. I mean, that is an interesting thing to do. But when I saw this fabric, it made me smile. And hopefully it makes you smile. It makes you have a giggle. Reminds you throughout the year to not take life so seriously. So without further ado, here is January's bag. We have all sorts of farm animals doing yoga. They are in various poses. I particularly enjoy the cow doing the headstand. There are goats, little chicks, chickens, pigs, horses on here. You should get on each bag all of the animals, because they were the way they were spaced. And this has so this is the Mini Maker bag. This is I've actually made my Mini Maker bag for this year. They're going to be slightly bigger. They're a 10 by 10 is what I cut out, instead of, I had it's ½ inch bigger. Now, You may have bought mini maker bags from me in the past that were smaller than this, and those were made with leftovers, so they're just a little bit smaller. This is my standard size, so this is what you'll be getting in the club. One of these bags. We have this wonderful, to go along with my theme, we're going to think of this as farmhouse yoga. We always plan for new, a lot of people do resolutions and start thinking about their health more at the beginning of the year. And, you know, laughter is a big part of that. So this is where this came in. But we have this plaid, which is in, it's a lovely, got a linen type texture to it. It has these beautiful tans and coral orangey colors in it. Now, there are two types of banding. So you'll get one of these. The fabric on the outside of these bags will always be the same. Your bandings may vary depending on what I decide to do. And your interiors possibly could vary. This month they do not. But we do have two different bandings this month. This one is, these are actually shirtings is what they're called. So this one is more of a window pane, and it still has that lovely coral and oranges and tans going through it. And the top stitching on these bags is done in a coral colored poly thread. I don't know if y'all can see the color very well for that. So those are the two banding types. That didn't work, did it? Let's try it again. There we go. So you will get either one or the other banding. I'm just going to put them in bags and send them out, so I don't know who's going to get what. The interior is, I'm going to actually turn this inside out. These bags are reversible if you don't mind having my stamp on the outside. You can see the Teadoddles stamp right there in the center. Well, maybe you can. All right, so this is the interior fabric. It's got this lovely, these kind of remind me of cherry blossoms, but it's on this, it's a green, but it's like a very muted, but darker green. It's not green like the tab. The tabs in all of these are made from, where's my thing? Vintage seam binding. So I rated my stash for these to make them extra special. So yeah, this is vintage seam binding in this lovely green color to give it another pop of color in there. This is, I'm trying to see if I can find a date on it. I don't know. I picked this up at a, while out thrifting, I'm sure. And yeah, it's, ooh, is that New Fashion? New Fashion. That's probably what it says. That's the brand at the top. Let's get this. Yeah. So that is, it is made of a rayon, which is a lovely material. I actually had a partial pack and then this full one, which I wound up not having to use. But this is the interior, like I said. You get that wonderful little tab out of that rayon. Let's turn this right side out. Because of the way I do the top, that makes them completely reversible, like I said. If you wanted to do that for some reason, we'll cinch it right on up. And there's our little bag. These bags are perfect for a sock project, a smaller amigurumi project, a smaller embroidery project. I have, actually I think it's one of my pouches that I put in here. It is, it's great for those smaller maker type projects. I did want to show that it will hold a smaller cake of yarn. This is a Hirschner's pastry puff. It fits quite nicely down in there, and you could use it to just hold on to your cake while you pull it out. Now, the way this bag is designed, you can cinch it all the way closed, and the edge, you have little openings on either side that you could pull your yarn through, versus pulling it through here if you wanted to. So that is the size cake it will fit. Now, this is a larger cake. It will not fit this kind of cake, right? This is a mandala tweed. So this is a number 4, and it has 228 yards on it. This is a number 4, and it has 568 yards on it. So this is too big. This size fits perfectly. So that's an idea of what kind of yarn it will hold for anybody who's curious. Now let's take a look at what else comes in the club this month. First off, stitch markers. First is this Lotus Blossom. Okay, here we go. It's a Lotus Blossom. It has this fun little, I put this little pinkish ring on it to give it a little bit extra to it, a little color in there. A Lotus Blossom. Now, I meant to look this up before I started this, and I forgot to, but I know I looked at a Lotus Blossom, and it's a Lotus Blossom grows in harsh conditions, and the way that it grows and blooms, it's just amazing that it does it. So, you might want to look up that. That's why I picked the Lotus Blossom. Plus, we had the yoga theme going on, right? Okay. So that is your first charm, maker charm. I am going to be making, wait a minute. No, okay. So then the other maker charm this year, this month, is a large maker charm, okay? It's not something you can use for a crochet or knit project, but you can hang this on a bag. It is, this thing's not focusing very well. There we go. Here we go. Maybe this will help. Here it is. It says inhale, exhale. There's a little glass bead in the center. It has this much larger hook on it, so you can hook this on a bag or wherever you got a good zipper to hook it on. Your key ring, whatever you want to do it on. But this says inhale, exhale. I feel like that still didn't focus good. Let me try this one more time. There we go. Yep, to remind you to breathe this year, right? It also goes along with the farmhouse yoga theme. You want to breathe. Inhale, exhale, right? So I have to remind myself that sometimes when I get upset about something or just crazy things are happening, to just breathe for a moment, reset myself, and then I can focus on what's going on. So that's what that's for. Now, I've made all of these, but I haven't put the bead in the center. So there will be some that have white and some that have this kind of pinky color and some that have this blue. Okay, so those all will be slightly different for each. Some of the bead shapes, these are glass beads and they're not a uniform shape, so they'll all be slightly different shapes and slightly different colors. Okay, next for this month, I'm also including one of my Made with Love charms. Now, I'm not going to put one with each month because typically in my shop every order gets a Made with Love charm, but I know that if you're participating in this all year, you don't want 12 Made with Love charms. That would be kind of silly, but I'm going to put one in the first order in the first month, and it's a gold one. Let me get my little notebook back out. Yeah. And it says, made with love. Here we go. This is a gold one. I did these back in the fall. Typically, it's a silver one I send out. But I had a bunch left over. I think I sent out a few over Christmas because I had them made up already. But yeah, this is a gold one. So this will come with your first month. It won't be in every month after, okay? I'm also sending y'all a book ring, a mini book ring for this month to keep up with all of your stitch markers on, well, or maker charms. You don't have to use them as stitch markers. Obviously that big one is not for a stitch marker, but you can hang everything on here right like that. And these are super easy to open. That's why I love them. And then you can keep up with all of them you get all year long if you stay in the club all year. Yeah, it's a great way to keep up with it. And it will hook right onto that loop inside those bags. You probably don't want this big one in there because it's so big, but that's what those little loops are for inside the bag. So you can hang your little stitch markers in it. This is how I do to try to keep some with me in a project bag. You put one of those mini book rings on there, and then all your stitch markers can hang right inside. So there are charms and a few little extras, since the Lotus Blossom was a smaller charm and the other charm was so large. I added in the Made with Love this month and the little book ring to kind of round it out. So next, let's talk about what your bonus extra is. I will be putting fun little bonuses. I call them bonus, but it's part of the club. It's not really a bonus. It is in the club. Your fun extra for this month is this cute little calendar that I made up. Look at it. You get one of these little, it's a mini painter's easel to set it on. And each month has fun maker themed stuff at the top with a little word or words for the month. This is January's, and this can be set right on your table. This extends out however you want. And yeah, so we got January. It says live life. And then February, of course, is love. And March is make. April, we've got inspire. May is believe. June is imagine. July is smile. August is teach. September is enjoy. October is laugh. November is motivate. And December is create. So I did design these myself and printed them on, it comes on a cardstock type paper. And I I have to finish cutting these all out, but all these are cut out, and you can fit all of them on this easel at once if you wish to do so, and just remove them as you go along. Now, once you're done with the month, I have something you can do with it. And this particular card that I'm going to do this to was printed the wrong size, so it's fine. like I can't print more. So something fun to do with these once you're done with the calendar portion. If you cut right above the word, the month, right like that, and you may want to not freehand it and do it straighter, that's okay too. Then you've got this top portion that would be nice. You can punch a little hole in it and use it as a gift tag for any makes that you create throughout the year. You can save it for the end of the year, for Christmas if you do that, or whatever, or just gifts you give out through the year. So there's something to do with it once you're finished using the calendar. And the calendar portion, you can, these are great for paper. You could use it as a tag if you wanted to, even though it's got an outdated calendar on it. But they're great for collage projects. So yeah, just something to think about, to reuse your calendar if you like to do those things. I thought that would be fun. Yeah, so now you also get a tea each month. This month I went with this lemon ginger from Twinings or Twinnings. It's Twinings because it has one in. Okay. Lemon ginger, because it is, this is the kind of tea I would drink if I needed an uplift in my mood, if I was having some, you know, maybe stomach issues or a sore throat or something like that. This is good for that. And this time of year in January, we're probably all still reeling from overeating. I don't know, maybe too much celebration food. Maybe there's colds and flu going around right now. So I thought this would be a good tea for the month. It's just a good basic tea to have on hand when you're feeling not so great. Does it uplift your mood? Citrus is always a good mood uplifter. So that is the tea that's coming this month. There will be a little small piece of candy treat in there. I haven't got to pick those up still. So that will be in there as well. So that is everything that comes in this month's club. And this club does include shipping in the price. So you get a bag with one of these colors. You get one mini maker bag. You get the big keychain charm with Inhale Exhale, the Lotus Blossom charm. This month you're getting a Made with Love and a little book ring, mini book ring to put everything on. You're getting the calendar for the year. I'm making sure to print myself out one of these to keep on my little table in here. I think these are just the cutest. I love these little easels. And the good thing about them is they store flat. So if you needed to store it, you could. And you can reuse it for next year if you want to. So get that. Get your tea, and there'll be a little treat in there as well. Just don't have that yet. So, and this club will come in special bags I picked out just for the club. So, be looking for this bag if you remember, if you decided to sign up for the club. Be looking for this bag right here. I thought this was perfect. I love feathers, especially peacock feathers. My business card has a feather on it, so I thought this was appropriate. So this is the bag to look for when you get your club in the mail. Because I will be wrapping things. The bag I wrap in tissue. I'm going to wrap this in bubble wrap. And I'll probably stick the package with the charms inside the bubble wrap as well to keep things from getting squished in the mail, which hopefully they won't. So that is January's club. I'd love to know what you think down below if you're watching this. I know there's going to be some people who watch, because I always, like the knit crate, I always watch the preview because I want to know what the yarn is. Even though I don't know which one I'm going to get, I want to know what it is. So I hope y'all like it, and I hope y'all enjoy the club and feel that it is a good value, I guess, for what you're getting. I put a lot of thought into this, and a lot of time. I did make all the charms, the calendar, the bag, so all of that is handmade by me. So, yeah. Tell me what you think down below. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up. Think about subscribing if you want to see other fun things. The rest of this month, Tuesday, will be for tutorials. So I've got some fun ones coming up, y'all. And I think that's it for today. Remember to have a life lived creatively. And I will see y'all on Thursday for the first challenge in the Happy Scrappy Yarn Challenge. Hey! See y'all later.